At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Michaela McMahon Popeo. She is a freelance consultant who focuses on nonprofit and strategic planning and philanthropy. She's worked in the nonprofit world since 2001, when she began working with the marketing and fundraising department at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, developing and managing the hospital's first cause-related marketing program. After earning her bachelor's degree at Colgate University, Michaela spent 7 years in the sports and entertainment industry, initially as an event manager and eventually as a consultant to Fortune 500 companies seeking to integrate their brands with high-profile sports and entertainment properties. Michaela's next step was returning to school at Harvard University, where she earned a Master of Education in Administration, Planning, and Social Policy. Michaela then joined Arthur Andersen's nonprofit business consulting unit, where she focused on systems analysis, governance crisis, organizational change, and leadership issues at nonprofits throughout New England. Michaela is a proud 1989 graduate of Ursuline Academy, and she's married to Steve Popeo. Together, they're the proud parents of Lindsay, Jake, Lily, and Lexi. Welcome, Michaela.
Good afternoon, Sister Angela, Sister Mercedes, President Whiting, Principal Keeney, distinguished faculty, staff, and guests, parents and families, and a special good afternoon to you, the graduating class of 2012. It is an incredible honor for me to be here today on what is turning out to be a spectacular afternoon in this beautiful setting and saluting these amazing young women. Before I begin, I must admit, however, that amazing and spectacular and beautiful were not the adjectives I would have used to describe anything about this school. When I arrived here in 7th grade, don't worry. When I arrived here in 7th grade, I was shy, sheltered, homesick, and scared. I spent the first few months of my Ursuline career crying in my classroom, crying in the bathroom, crying in the tea room, and sobbing hysterically in Sister Mercedes' office, begging her to reconsider my enrollment and send me back to the Needham Public Schools and my hometown friends where I belonged. That did not happen. It turns out I belonged right here. And I would, like many of you right in front of me, go on to spend the next 6 years uplit in the forest green glow of the Ursuline plaid. But the fact that I sat once where you sit today, and the fact that I had a high school experience very similar, if not identical, to yours, does not alone qualify me for my presence here today. My most important qualification, beyond anything I accomplished in my professional career or any degree that I earned after I left this stage, is that I am a mom to 4 children. And what you do after you receive your diploma today and walk across the stage will have an impact on the future for my kids. Because when you go to college and you start your careers and you do all those wonderfully transformative things that I know you're capable of doing, my children, especially my 3 daughters, will be watching you. If you tackle every opportunity for learning with gusto and you show confidence in your intellectual abilities, my girls will see that it's cool to be smart. If you are strong and successful on the athletic field or in whatever physical pursuit you undertake, my girls will see that it's cool to work hard and to win. And if you wake up on a Saturday morning and volunteer your time at a shelter, or you donate your time and energy to a charitable cause, my girls will see that it's more than cool to demonstrate compassion. And even if you disagree and you stand up for someone or something that is different, my girls will see that it's cool to have conviction. If you create, inspire, build something like this world has never seen, a piece of art, a story, a song, my girls will see that it's cool to dream and be inspired. When I asked a number of you before me today about your hopes and your dreams for next year and the years beyond, by the way, if I have to choose between my hat and my speech, I'm going to choose the speech, so here we go. When I asked you about your dreams and your goals and even your insecurities and your fears, your answers shocked me. They shocked me because despite the 23 years that have passed since I sat where you sit today, despite all the changes in our world and our communities, the answers that you gave were the exact same that I would have given on my graduation day. Many creative geniuses and those tireless, sleepless bloggers have articulated all the things that one might expect when he or she graduates from high school. But I have yet to find one that's been compiled by someone who wore plaid for 6 years straight. And I have yet to find someone who has articulated what they might expect, written from the perspective of someone who spent years here in the hallowed halls of this institution. When you arrive on your college doorstep, you're automatically going to do so with a different voice, a voice that was shaped and formed here at Ursuline Academy. And it is with the echoes of that voice that I humbly offer to you 3 things that I wish someone had told me on my graduation day. Take care of your body. When you leave Ursuline, you're entering an environment filled with new freedoms. You'll be choosing your classes, making your own schedule, figuring out how you're going to navigate your way in this world. One of those freedoms, for me, which also could have been named the vortex of evil, was the campus dining hall. It took me a little bit longer than most to realize that just because I could have 15 brownies for dinner without a lick of parental comment or intervention didn't mean that I should. I played tennis at Colgate, and when my season ended in the late fall of my freshman year, I invented another sport. That was a sport of ordering potato skins as my regular late night snack. What strikes me most about this now, this is not part of my speech, is that the potato skins were not only dipped in fat and fried in butter and all sorts of things like that. It was that I actually had them delivered to my dorm. So I burned as few calories as possible prior to taking down about 3 pounds of starch. I can laugh about it now, but I didn't feel good about myself. I wasn't taking care with the new freedom of my own schedule, my own choices, what I put into my body. I couldn't perform intellectually or athletically at a level that I wanted to or that I had been accustomed to because I was making poor choices. I wasn't nourishing my body. The same can be said for alcohol and other substances. Just because you can, it doesn't mean you should. It's very hard to be a good friend and a good listener, a good performer, a leader, a volunteer, if your body is cluttered with poor choices. Take care of your mind. I am more than confident that you'll find that your days here at Ursuline have prepared you for the academic challenges that lie ahead. You all know how to study hard. You've been trained to think critically. But one area that may challenge you a little bit is simply the sheer number of opportunities that will be before you. The next few years are about nurturing the talents you already know, but they are also about discovering new ones. Take a new class, try a new language, sit in on a seminar for a class that you're not registered for. Seek out opportunities for expanding your mind. Get out of your comfort zone. Knock on as many academic doors as possible, and I mean that literally. Seek out a mentor, a professor, an upperclassman, another student. Anytime you need help with your classes, figuring out your schedule, or are just excited about something new. Up until now, you've been a passenger in the mom and dad mobile, or the mobile being driven by whoever decides the Ursuline curriculum. But you're driving it now. You're driving the car. And I really hope that you are not afraid to ask for directions. And finally, take care of your soul. This is not the part where I tell you to go to Mass every day or to study the Bible or Scripture as if your life depended on it. But it is the part where I tell you that when I look back on my 4 years at Colgate, I see a pattern that surprised me. When my grandfather passed away in the middle of my freshman year, I went to Mass. When I lost a very important tennis match at the hands of a senior from Syracuse University, during which I won 2 points because mercifully she double faulted twice, I came back to campus and I went to Mass. When I was sad or lonely or overwhelmed by my academics, I found myself seeking out the Mass on my campus. There was just something about the words, the music, the familiarity of the ceremony that made me feel safe. And while I never really could have articulated it at the time, it was as if someone was giving me an instant shot of home. Your soul, that essence of you that can't be seen, can't be touched like our bodies, can't be measured or quantified like an exam or measurement of our learning, it deserves just as much attention as your body and as your mind. Just when I had gained the freedom to not go to church every week, I wasn't traumatized by the memories of the sweat dripping down the back of my green blazer on holy days in the Ursuline gym. Instead, I sought it out. Take care with your soul. Listen to it. Enrich it. Find a place for it to speak to you. And finally, I sort of struggled with where to put the topic of boys into my speech. But then I realized that I am still an Ursuline girl and they deserve their own special category. My freshman dorm was co-ed by each room, so my room was flanked on either side by boys. On my move-in day, my freshman year, we were unpacking my things, my family, organizing. It was a great day. Until a boy walked down the hall with his family and his boxes and his suitcases and started unpacking his things in the room next to mine. My dad, a father to only 2 daughters, turned, looked at all of us and said, and this is a direct quote, "What the hell was that?" Don't be my dad. For those of you for whom it's been 4 or 6 years since you've shared an academic environment with members of the opposite sex or a parent-free social environment, I have to tell you, it is different, and it's wonderful. Boys are funny and smart and creative, maddening, difficult. They're all the things that you are, just wrapped up in different packaging. Let their presence in your classrooms and your parties bring a diversity to your days. Let them infuse your academic voice with confidence, not quiet it. And finally, and this goes not just for boys, but for everyone in your life, others will treat you the way that you treat yourself. If you treat yourself with respect, others will too. If you take care with your body and your mind and your soul, others will see the value in those things too. If you are dancing around on the tables at 4 a.m. like an idiot, that is how people will see you. There is a big difference between people having fun with you and people having fun at your expense. And Lord knows I had lots of fun in my college days and beyond. But know the difference. Make sure you're not paying a price socially, athletically, academically, or emotionally. You girls, you young women are about to be on your own in a way that you've never experienced before. It's a gift and a responsibility. Take care with it. Take care with the parts of your life, your body, your mind, your soul. They're going to help you reach your goals and have you and fulfill all your dreams. I promise you will be more capable of adjusting to change and finding your way if you take care with your body, your mind, and your soul. The world needs you. The world needs young women like you. Women who spent their senior spring volunteering in our elementary schools and our hospitals, at the Italian Home for Children and Habitat for Humanity. Women who are going to go out into the world and show their God-given talents. Shine. Make them shine brightly. Make them shine so brightly that my 3 daughters will look up and one day know that they too can accomplish great things. I wish each and every one of you and your families the best, and I appreciate and thank you for allowing me to be a part of this special day.